shame that Sam here doesn't say, I can do this all day, but I guess that's Steve's line.
I think Sam would say something like, I don't want to do this all day, but I will if I have to.
Yeah. It's an important distinction to draw between Steve and Sam.
He's pretty good at elaborating.
Yeah, don't start nothing, it's not going to be nothing, but if you have to, I'll be here
He's
for it.
got the psychology background. He would be really honest.
Yeah. And he would try and connect in a way that lets us get out of this without having to come to fisticuffs.
I really don't want to be here all day, but because of my loyalty and duty, I will be here all day if needed.
If we could get a peaceful resolution, even better.
What is happening there, Reject Nation? We are gonna watch today from our friends over at New Rockstars, Black Captain Falcon and the Whitey White Winter Soldier. The final episode, the breakdown and Easter eggs. Eric did say that Sharon Carter's not the power broker.
Oh, dude, Eric, you lost.
That's what we
Ha!
Eric lost.
You lost the internet, Eric. You're bad at your job.
Do you get what I'm doing? Eric lost?
Eric lost.
Yeah, you got so caught up in your own joke, you weren't listening. That's a big part of improv.
Yes.
Which I
and
haven't done in
next
many
time,
years.
I will support that joke 100%.
And this is what we do. We come in here, we thank Eric Voss and the team at New Rockstars for all their hard work and dedication, and then make fun of them.
Yeah.
Right away. For the thing people come to them for, predictions and all that.
Before reacting to all their hard work.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we haven't been invited on Rogue Theory in a while.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is the breakdown of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 6, the finale, One World, One People, in which Captain America Sam Wilson dresses up in home team whites, U.S. Agent John Walker is back in black, and Sharon Carter did to my theories what she did to that Flag Smasher's face. Look, folks, my favorite part of this has always been to just go back through the episodes and point out all the interesting details that you might have missed. And this finale is filled with little stuff that you can gnaw on, like Sarah's tiny potato slices or Zemo's gross Turkish delights.
Yes.
Okay, we open on the Flag Smasher's disruption of the GRC vote. Actually, Carly's voiceover here is actually the same line that she spoke in Latvia last episode.
They're not going to stop. Not unless we make them. It's time.
Bunch of lazy ass screenwriters.
Plagiarizing yourselves.
More resolute and firm. Then a little moment with Bucky that I love. Sergeant Barnes.
Yeah,
this
that did
officer
stand out to me.
respects Bucky's service and his rank, telling us that some people in this world really do learn from the history in Cap's Smithsonian exhibit, making it an even bigger deal when Isaiah's history will later become restored. Sharon Carter uses the same mesh.
Or they just Googled it or got information off the
maybe
internet.
they learned it in school.
People don't only learn it from the Smithsonian Museum.
I mean, that's why I don't know so many things, because I've never been there.
But that is like a touching moment to go from, they don't call him Winter Soldier, they call him Sergeant Barnes.
Yeah,
And
it's
I think
back
that
to
is
his full identity.
Yeah, that's a powerful moment, especially because like you go to Madripoor and it's a Winter Soldier, and here Sergeant Barnes.
Sharon Carter uses the same mesh face mask that Natasha used in Winter Soldier.
That's
Also appears
where
in
it's
Agent Shield.
from.
Now, while you could see Sharon's suspicious behavior in the post-credit scene as a setup for Secret Invasion, this mask to me signals that she herself is probably not going to be a Skrull, because then she wouldn't really need that kind of
Oh
thing,
God,
right?
ever
But
since
again,
you
apparently
Skrulls
no
were
one cares
introduced.
about Sharon's past history. So whatever. Notice how the Flag Smashers use these smoke grenades that glow green, and then Sharon talks about her deadly mercury vapor. She says, among other things that she uses on that Flag Smasher, that emits a green smoke. And then those locks that they use on the truck doors have 8 claws, and they're strong. They take several strikes of Bucky's vibranium arm to break. Remember, Batroc supplied this gear courtesy of Sharon after she hired him. And Sharon called someone on the phone in the post-credit scene.
Super soldiers might be off the menu, but we're about to have full access to government secrets, prototype weapons, you name it.
I'm thinking one of Sharon's trading partners and the source of this tech could be Oscorp. Normally, I'm hesitant to lean on Spider-Man villains like Green Goblin, Norman Osborn in my MCU theories, since all those are Sony properties.
Dude,
So much
that
on
works.
Spider-Man titles, but Sony did just sign a deal with Disney Plus that makes that kind of future IP sharing a bit more likely. And by something for everyone, Sharon might mean a team of weapons tech manufacturers known for green glowing grenades, used by Green Goblin, and 8 armed reinforced metal gear that you could see someone like Doc Ock putting together. And this comes within a week of Alfred Molina talking about his role as Doc Ock in Spider-Man No Way Home. So Sam Wilson swoops.
Oh my God. Okay, look, this has been a journey the past couple years with theory videos and stuff.
It's definitely Oscorp.
I'm very likely to jump in
definitely
here
Oscorp now.
and go, it's 100% the case. it's such a likely thing. But I would love that tie-in, and considering the fact that Spider-Man is indeed one of our upcoming movies, and I don't know too much about the big business deal that was breaking the internet just a few days ago. We were busy working on other things.
We're too important for that.
We didn't want to read a Collider.com article for a minute. Yeah, that would tie in with Oscorp, and I like the idea of exploring Oscorp within a show, the industry of it, because it hasn't been introduced in the MCU yet, but it was such a big part of the other Spider-Man movies prior to the MCU. It would be cool to really explore it, and maybe do get a Norman Osborn here.
Oh yeah, well, and it would work with the show's penchant for taking on real-world issues, like weapons giant manufacturers is definitely a part of this conversation.
Yeah. Spider-Man, though. Spider-Man.
I'm sorry. Peter Parker probably made those himself.
Sam Wilson swoops in with his new suit. Yeah, now the music here evokes the Steve Rogers cap theme, but it is a variant that is unique to Sam. This suit's largely white design reflects Sam's look in the comics when he becomes Cap, including the half cowl. That shield magnetically latches to his back like it did with Steve, and Sam being in white here creates an interesting contrast with U.S. Agent John Walker.
It's the same, but black.
Sam as a black man in a role historically seen as a white man. Walker as a white man now donning the archetypal black hat. But Sam does not leave us guessing.
Interesting.
Who are you?
I surprised that they didn't notice
The
that.
guy called Victoria's conspiracy theory that Steve Rogers was on the moon. This series never gave us an answer as to what happened with old Cap from Endgame. Kind
He's
of
on the moon?
Mystery is more of a joke because I guess these
It doesn't
Disney Plus
matter.
shows can only do so much MCU world building. But for now, I'm just gonna go with Cap is in space with Nick Fury. So
I don't really feel like I need to know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with, like, I don't need to know where he is. I'm okay with them not bringing him in or mentioning or adding to.
Yeah, it's part of the charm is
Yeah.
that he went off and lived his life, and we don't know. Maybe he just did his thing.
Yeah, I think it works better that way.
Yeah.
Until they bring Chris Evans back.
Until him on the moon. On the moon.
So as the GRC diplomats are evacuated, listen to this voice blaring over the PA system.
Groups 1 and 2 will leave from secure vehicles in the basement. Group 3 will leave via air support on the roof.
Maybe don't announce this while terrorists have infiltrated the freaking building. Like, imagine if that happened at the Capitol. Actually, maybe don't mentally compare what the Flag Smashers are doing on January 6th. Just don't. A Flag Smasher hands Bucky a phone.
Keep your politics out
of our political show. Do you understand me, boss?
Wow. How could you? How dare you? I'm trying to forget about everything.
I mean, are there people who watch Falcon and Winter Soldier actually who have watched this and are truly triggered as if they've had some horrific traumatic incident occur to them? You know?
So riled up.
Like,
stop!
This show
Stop
is so
it,
insensitive!
Sam! Stop talking! Stop!
Or do you just go to Twitter?
And just like spout off the first couple thoughts in your mind and then let it go and move about your day.
Hands Bucky a phone with Carly calling via that Flag Smashers app, the app that Bucky will later use to trap the Flag Smashers. They must have thought a 106-year-old man couldn't work the app. They thought wrong. Carly asks Bucky,
I'm fighting for something
Comes
bigger
down
than
to an apple.
myself. Have you ever been able to say the same?
You don't think I ever fought for something bigger than myself? That's all I ever tried to do. And I failed twice.
yeah, Bucky fought freaking Thanos, you dummy. His 2 losses may refer to
And the
his
Nazis.
losses in Infinity War and in World War II, you could argue, though I don't really know if it's fair to say he lost that. Really, every
He
fight
did.
this dude
He could have
fights
killed
has
Hitler,
been
man.
That's right, he had the opportunity.
Sam subdues Batroc by kick-flipping the shield and then tossing it out the window, first to break it before swooping back out to catch it. This is also kind of how he had to enter the building, by smashing the window with the shield first. See, if those Wakandans had just given him a vibranium head covering instead of leaving his scalp weirdly exposed, he wouldn't have to worry about smashing through the glass himself. He's made of vibranium at that point. Sam uses...
Look, I know a lot of people don't stick around for our breakdown part or our review part after the reaction. That's something that's absolutely true. Is look, he needs a helmet. He needs a helmet.
It would seem wise.
I appreciate for like your first episode, especially since there's so much emphasis on the fact that it's a black man taking on the Captain America outfit. Let him be seen. Let it be really be known like this is a black man donning the Captain America outfit. He's the new Captain America. I think, though, he needs a helmet. I still think he needs a helmet.
It would be a safe thing to assume.
Like, when those pipe things fall on him or whatever at one point in the episode.
Those big,
like,
giant
if that hit his head, he would have died. You know? He needs a helmet.
Splatter his head all across the inside of that half cow.
You know how easy it is to get a brain aneurysm? You could just like...
A concussion.
Sam uses Red Wing to scan the GRC hostages, and on the screen you can see her name, Ayla Perez. She has a background in the Philippine Air Force with experience flying both Apache and Chinook helicopters. Chinook helicopters are twin rotors that tell Sam that Perez has experience with multiple types of helicopters and that he can trust her to climb into that seat and pull it out of a dive, even though that would probably be very difficult for anyone other than Tom Cruise to do. Sam saves the NYPD pilots, shielding one with his wings and the cap shield on top.
Such a beautiful shot.
That's so cool.
There's so many beautiful things they do, man.
Perfect interlocking vibranium seal.
I know.
John Walker shows up
yes.
with his cosplay shield.
Yes.
His metal
So
armor
true.
welded on the inside.
God, I love what they do with Falcon. The action there, man.
Yeah, notice how this shield has a lighter, more tinny sound than the deeper, mystical hum of the vibranium.
There's a lot of difference. You can do a whole YouTube video dedicated to the differences
As
here.
Bucky falls into the construction pit, he screams, echoing his scream as he fell from the train in the first Cap film, the scream that inspired his Winter Soldier wail, which we have not heard on this show since his Wakandan campfire going clear moment, and since he is no longer haunted, Bucky now sticks the superhero landing. Oh hey, by the way, our Anarchy Assembled shirt is still available, along with our amazing new Zemo design, though we are running low on supply for both of those, so you gotta move fast. You can support us this way.
Bullshit, they're overstocked.
Yeah, that's just a selling technique.
Hostages, putting Walker at this crossroad.
But get one.
Yeah, notice composer Henry Jackman brings back his theme from Civil War here to underline Walker's come to Jesus moment, choosing to save the hostages instead of seeking revenge on Carly.
Hell
I
yeah.
should say after what he did in episodes 4 and 5 for John Walker, it's not really a come to Jesus as it is Jesus actually pulling away his mesh face mask to reveal it's Mephisto underneath. It's going to hell. But Walker's choice is emphasized by what he does let drop his
Jesus is Mephisto?
That's what I took from that.
And it's the true shield that lifts it, framing the shield like a rising sun, saving these lives. An inverse of the way John Walker framed it, eclipsing Nico and ending his life. Sam uses his drones for a boost similar to Iron Man's drones in Spider-Man Homecoming. Really, with this suit, Sam is truly a fusion of Captain America and Iron Man with the vibranium tech of Black Panther.
Well, I also got to say, too, something with the cinematography that really stands out in all these final moments, and I'm not sure what the intentional choice of it is. The color blue can represent bravery, loyalty. It's also the color of Captain America, like Steve Rogers' suit, and this is Sam into his acceptance of becoming Captain America during this whole fight scene, especially when he does save. Like, you got kind of that darker, more sad, gloomy blue until Sam shows up with the shield, this big illuminating savior-like blue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the choice would be, but I have, like, my mind's obviously going into 80% thoughts on many reasons why. It could just be the reflection of the city lights looking like New York City at night.
You know? It's 80% thoughts, baby. That's all it is. They're definitely expressing a lot via the lighting, and I think it probably kind of encapsulates all of those themes to some degree, and it also enhances the contrast because Sam's suit has so much white on it, too. Like, I think it brings out the lighter tones in that blue lighting anyway.
Gotta be an emotional reason, John.
Dabba-dee, dabba-da.
And if you screenshot this at the right moment, it looks like Bucky's dancing next to John Walker.
Where's the super cut? 1 hour. 1 hour's worth. I want it.
An onlooker watches this, calling him Black Falcon, like the kid in Baltimore in episode 2. Bucky catches a rebarb spear. I love how this dude catches pretty much everything hurled at him on this show. Walker with the shield on the truck, the knife in episode 4, the shield again in the fight last episode. Get this man a goalie mask. And then Sharon is revealed to be the power broker, a twist that seems both overly obvious but also pretty inconsistent with the character's past behavior and timeline. We go all into it in Inside Marvel, but hey, the good news is, according to this,
you seem like you really don't like it.
the most brilliant mastermind who also makes things weirdly hard
Yeah, a little
for
bit. I
herself.
mean, not that I
That's the Sharon
entirely
you love.
disagree, but yeah.
Now, you could argue Sharon never explicitly declares herself the power broker.
That is
A lot
true.
of super soldiers, how much power does a power broker really have?
She just didn't deny
Even
it.
you.
So you're the power broker.
But Sharon kills Batroc only because he threatens to expose her as the power broker to the world. As a woman behind the curtain, she needs anonymity. And if she wasn't the power broker here, she wouldn't care what Batroc told people. So Sam shows up to fight Carly.
So she is the power broker.
Good
Spider-Man context clue
while fighting Thanos. But Sam avoids fighting.
Really quick, that is true. It is like, it was so obvious I didn't think it was the case because it just seemed too obvious.
Yeah, it just seemed like, oh man, well, that would be a twist. That's the first twist I would think of.
Yeah, it's like such a setup that I'm like, it's got to be like a mislead.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like general television, but especially coming after WandaVision, where there was so much of setup and misdirects and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to just be a misdirect.
And
it is true. There is some inconsistent. It is. We don't know what her life's been like in the past 5 years that really made her change. We're gonna need some scenes to establish that if we really care enough.
She feels like a different character, sort of every movie.
I guess only been 3 things.
Yeah.
She's kind of the same in Civil War and
I guess
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier, she's undercover, romantically interested, looking like it.
All right, fine. Then it's
Civil
a context
War, she
thing.
kisses Steve.
That's right.
On up on the romantic thing.
Yeah, so
and
I
then
guess
5 years later, she's a criminal underworld.
it tracks.
You know, man.
It tracks.
You know how it goes, dude.
Steve's absence affects a lot of people.
It does, man.
Including
5 years,
propelling
dude.
her into a life of utmost crime.
He does these flips and somersaults, the same ones that we saw him training with last episode. So I love
That stuntman.
Saw him training.
Look at that stuntman training.
Carly says,
Stay down!
If I wanted you dead.
yeah, similar to Iron Man saying this to the previous Cap in Civil War.
Stay down. Final warning.
Yeah, shame that Sam here doesn't say, I can do this all day, but I guess that's Steve's line. Walker quotes Abraham Lincoln.
Mercy bears rich.
I think Sam would say something like, I don't want to do this all day, but I will if I have to.
Yeah. It's an important distinction to draw between Steve and Sam.
He's pretty good at elaborating.
Yeah, you know, don't start nothing, it's not going to be nothing, but if you have to, I'll be here
He's
for
got
it.
this psychology background. He would be really honest.
Yeah. And he would try and connect in a way that lets us get out of this without having to come to fisticuffs.
I really don't want to be here all day, but because of my loyalty and duty, I will be here all day if needed.
Yeah. And if we can get a peaceful resolution, even better.
I don't give a shit what you guys think. That was hilarious.
Yeah, we were good.
That was
We were
really
funny.
fun. That was the
We
funniest
are
thing
funny.
I've ever said all year.
Mercy bears richer fruit than strict justice.
Yeah, the president who oversaw the U.S. Civil War, another sign that Walker is learning the lessons that these Avengers had to learn the hard way in their Civil War. So Carly dies in Sam's arms, holding the Hamsa pendant that she held at Mama Danya's deathbed. And as Sam carries her body, his outstretched wings evoke that of an angel delivering a soul to the afterlife. Or really, down on Mephisto, because she's going to hell. I love how the reporters don't know what to make of Sam.
Captain Falcon.
I wonder what Sam's big move in Super Smash would be.
Hey, you brought it to life. You brought it to
Sam
life.
lectures
Finally.
leaders to change course, telling them that they gotta do better. And if I can do better and you can do better, maybe we all can do better. Hey, pretty great. Really, even deeper than Sam's great points are the fact that we are
love you,
seeing
Eric
a Black
Fox.
Captain America publicly speaking truth to power. It is a core component to Cap's character that we saw when Steve debated Nick Fury in Captain America Winter Soldier, or stood up to Tony Stark in
Exactly.
Civil War. And Bucky acknowledges this evolution.
Nice job, Cap.
Thanks.
Bucky pats the shield. He is both.
Oh, that is
Sam
so
by
beautiful.
Cap, and
That is
patting
beautiful.
The shield as a way of saying, "Nice job, Steve, for choosing this guy." And the last time we see Sam in this suit on this series, he soars across the frame with the shield briefly in close-up, gliding past us. Meanwhile, the rest of the Flag Smashers go
Boom, you looking for this?
detonated by Osnick,
That
Zemo's
was
butler from
great.
episode 3. And
That was good comedy.
That was
Well
a
done,
great
editors.
visual gag,
Whoever
yeah.
thought to do that, well done. Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't have a third thing. I feel like you should
Buy
should
100
get a
pairs
third
of
thing, and
Vessies
then
for
that's
that
the end of
alone.
it.
Zemo's butler from episode 3. And this news gets to Zemo on the raft prison from Civil War. He's wearing the same jumpsuits that they all wore then. On his shelf are a few books, Russian poet Alexander Pushkin and Views of Nature by Alexander von Humboldt. I guess this is the Alexander shelf. Meanwhile, the book Zemo reads looks like the one he had in his cell in episode 3, Fortune is a River, which explores the friendship between Machiavelli and Leonardo da Vinci in Renaissance-era Florence, Italy. Now, I previously speculated that this book meant that the Machiavellian, Zemo, had a secret partnership with some Da Vinci figure in the shadows. Someone like...
Looks like our friend Zemo kind of got the last laugh.
Yes, Zemo's Da Vinci was De Fontaine. Since Osnick likely could not have arranged that bombing himself, it is clear Val...
Hey, don't underestimate him.
He's a nimble guy.
Well, maybe I did. No, I'm kidding, I didn't. Or did I?
So the fact that Val has been in touch with Zemo, who's on the raft, a facility overseen by Thunderbolt Ross, tells us that our theory that Val could be assembling a team of anti-heroes like the Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers may still be happening. And by saying the Flag Smasher's deaths is gonna
I think
save
Thunderbolts
a lot of
is more
people
like
from
it.
redacting and
Yes.
shredding, tells us that she must be part of some
Especially with that
shadowy
Black Widow
government
coming.
division as opposed to working for Hydra or something. But Val has suited up John Walker as U.S. Agent, the dark-suited assassin from the comics.
Damn,
we
that
expect
is
of him
so
to end up
accurate.
as.
Yeah.
Interesting to note, U.S. Agent also leads the Dark Avengers later in the comics. And Val ends by saying,
Things are about to get weird. So when they do, we're not gonna need a Captain America. We're gonna need a U.S. agent.
weird. Well, one way to look at weird is that Val knows about the Skrull infiltration and that the secret invasion is coming, and in a world where no one trusts anyone, having an untrustworthy Dark Cap is more valuable. But Val also said last episode that the government's ownership of the shield is a legal gray area, making me wonder if she knows about Old Cap and how he brought that shield from an alternate timeline, making it technically the property of an alternate timeline government. So maybe the weirdness she's referring to is the coming multiverse crisis, something that we could see more of with Loki in the TVA. Meanwhile, Bucky makes true amends with...
How weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
I got a question.
Beard's
though.
weird. What's your question?
When she says we don't need a Captain America, we need a U.S. agent. I didn't quite get that. What does that mean?
I think-
What's the difference between a U.S. agent and a Captain America?
One operates on a more clandestine basis. It was just a cool line. As I heard
because
it.
he's being superhero titled.
Captain and agent are both, positions that you can hold, varying ranks and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm like, there's not really a pun, inverted reference. It's not like one piggybacks onto the other. It's just like, oh yeah, that's it's similar but different.
There's a bit of a weight that didn't quite hit for me there, only because I was like, but what is that?
What do either of those?
What's the harder impact here of like when the world's in trouble, we don't need a Captain America? Like,
Yeah,
why? Why
guess-
a U.S. agent and not a Captain America?
Yeah, because U.S. agent still doesn't help me understand any better what things getting weird means or why that would help as opposed to having a Captain
Maybe
America.
because a U.S. agent means loyalty to U.S., whereas Captain America, he does not want to live by accordance to the government. He does not necessarily, you know what I mean? He's all about morality, and if he disagrees with government, he will not follow suit. Whereas U.S. agent would. Is that
That's-
maybe what it is?
Sure, I mean, that's the best I've heard so far.
Guys, you're overthinking this. Stop.
Bucky makes true amends with Mr. Nakajima and officially crosses Mr. Nakajima's name off the list, a list whose names that we have broken down in previous breakdowns, and he leaves that notebook as a gift for Dr. Rayner, leaving the frame with an empty couch and empty woods. Bucky is now out of the woods.
I don't need therapy anymore.
Nope.
I am all healed.
I'm fixed.
These last 100 years of trauma, gone.
you
As I
know.
crossed off my book.
I flashed back once to my time in Wakanda, and that's really all I needed,
all
man.
I
I
needed.
understand
Wakanda
it all now. I'm all unpacked, Doc. No more baggage.
Sam visits Isaiah Bradley again,
Black Captain America, huh? Damn right.
and right as Sam says this, behind him, Eli Bradley enters the frame. Eli is the future Young Avenger Patriot, another Black Cap figure, but for now, he's still waiting his turn in line behind Sam. Meanwhile, behind Isaiah during the scene is interesting graffiti, the words, "Why me?" reflecting how both of these men had the burden of Captain America's legacy thrust upon them. Now, Isaiah brings up Martin, Malcolm, and Mandela, of course referring to civil rights leaders Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Nelson Mandela. But my favorite thing about this is this Atlanta neighborhood where they shot this scene is home to where Martin Luther King was born. The famous MLK house is visible at the end of the street in episodes 2 and 5. So Sam brings Isaiah to his new addition to Cap's Smithsonian exhibit, including this plaque that details the history that Isaiah told him about. Along with this old photograph, this shows Black World War II soldiers that actually inspired a panel in Truth, Red, White, and Black. I love how this bookends the shot that we saw back in episode 1, Sam's reflection as he stared at that shield in the display case. It was actually him realizing people who look like him have been erased from this history, as Sam's translucent form in that scene suggested. But now, Sam has transformed this from an optical illusion to a tangible reality with this statue of Isaiah Bradley. And we celebrate with a family cookout, a reminder that fixing the Wilson family boat has always been a personal metaphor for Sam for restoring the legacy of the Shield, which he has done. As Curtis Harding's On and On plays, the final credit revises the series title to Captain America,
chillin'.
Winter Soldier. Yes. Then we get to this post-credit
What if Disney Plus renames it that?
That would be so cool. They have to wait till Monday.
The Carter name has always been synonymous with service and trust. Welcome home, Agent Carter.
2 references there to Peggy Carter, Sharon's great aunt, who will show up in What If, and hopefully a future film with Steve Rogers in that alternate timeline. It was actually announced that a 4th Captain America film is in development from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier showrunner Malcolm Spellman, but that's probably going to follow Sam Wilson, not the Chris Evans Steve Rogers Cap films. And
how messed up would it be if it just immediately went
right back to Steve? Not for a movie, though. You can't have Sam do a movie.
Or some other criminal group from the Marvel world. Hydra, 10 Rings, Hammer, AIM, Oscorp. Whoever this is, it's most likely setting up Sharon to return in the series Armor Wars, which Rhodey is going to star in this miniseries about the weaponry of the MCU getting in the wrong hands. But my favorite detail.
Why wasn't Rhodey helping out there?
Yeah, he was in the beginning. Why was he just pieced out this whole time? He could have easily swooped in and helped.
They're in New York, aren't like so many of them?
Yeah.
Like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage,
Danny Rand. They're all there. Hey, well, you know.
As she exits the courtroom, the camera suddenly slows down and she looks directly at camera. It is as if she knows how much her power broker reveal broke us. But I gotta hand it to you, Agent Carter.
Or a mistake.
I had my doubts, but it was you. all along. And I want to thank everyone so much for supporting us throughout this breakdown series. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EABoss, follow New Rockstars, and subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns of this, other Marvel stuff, Loki, really anything that will break my heart by Ralph Bonering my theories.
Boner.
Bye!
Dude. He definitely didn't look as emotionally exhausted as by the time we got to the WandaVision finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking better, Eric.
Yeah. Everyone be nice to Eric Voss, all right?
Are people being mean to him?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I saw a tweet the other day which was like, you know, I love making these theories and breakdowns, but I'm going to have to, like, you know, mute some of the particularly harsh shit that's coming my way.
Wow.
So, be nice to Eric Voss.
Yeah.
The entire New Rockstars crew.
He's doing his best.
Zach and Philip and everybody over there, they're putting together, they're crunching these things down and editing and researching.
More people get more excited to say you're wrong than to come to you and say you were right. And it's weird how the world works because people are right about a lot. But then once we see it in comments all the time, we could talk for 45 minutes, get one thing wrong. It's like, oh, that's the main comment now.
That becomes your
Actually,
thing.
It's pronounced.
Oh boy. Yep. Can't go wrong there.
All right, guys. Well, this was fun, man. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I would love it if it said Captain America and the White Winter Soldier.
And the White Winter Soldier.
Let's emphasize only the white
characters. Yes, White Iron Man. Woo!
Subscribe, click that notification bell, hit that like button, subscribe to New Rockstars if you haven't done so already. Oh shit, we gotta find something to cover in May till June comes around.
No, what do we do?
So whatever we cover in May, we just be like, all right, end of this.
Superman and Lois will definitely fill that void.
Superman and Lois will fill the void.
Absolutely.
The fan base is just as strong there.
They're just so passionate.
As it is. I mean, that's a great show, though.
It's a good show.
It's a damn good show.
Yeah, you guys should watch it. Don't sleep on Superman and Lois.
Watch that show.
Do it.
All right, we'll see you guys.